In the 1991 Addams Family, we see that Uncle Fester has been missing for several years. Through a series of events, there's some people who decided to trick the Addamses into believing that someone is Uncle Fester, and it's all in order to get their gold. So, obviously, Gomez is ecstatic, his brother is back, he is super excited, and Morticia is a little hesitant because she feels like something is off. And the real kicker for both of them was something very small that was overlooked, and that's how they knew that he was not quite who he said he was. Today on Geek Devotions, we're talking about how knowing God will help us know if someone's trying to fool us. Hello and welcome to Geek Devotions, the show from devoted geeks who are devoted to letting people know that they are loved. I'm Celeste. We are so glad that you have hit play today. Thank you for watching. Do us a favor, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you think somebody's going to enjoy it, hit the share button. Follow, subscribe, all the things. Don't forget to check us out on our other socials like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, as well as our website and our TikTok. I've been posting all of my Inktober videos there. So yeah, it's fun. Like I said in the intro, it was a small thing that let Gomez know something was amiss. Morticia had her suspicions and that something was wrong and hadn't shared them with Gomez, but she was watching. Gomez, though, fully believed this until Uncle Fester got his fingers stuck in a Chinese finger trap and then asked for help to get out. Apparently, this particular finger trap had been a gift, a party favor at Fester's 10th birthday party, and he had spent months in it, learned to eat with his feet because he didn't want help getting out. And so he had long since figured out the trick of getting out of the finger trap. So when he goes, "How do you get it to release?" that instantly made them go, something's not right. As Christians, we should know God. We should know what he says, know things that line up with what he says. We've talked about how studying the word is important. We've talked about how prayer is important. And both of these things coming together mean that you have a good feel of who God is. The other reason that these are important is because you can't take things at face value. There's 20 bajillion people who are preaching what they consider to be gospel on the internet these days. I mean, everywhere. Not just the internet, but everywhere. There are people who are saying things and it sounds right, but it's just a little off. And if you don't know the history, if you don't know the heart of God, if you have not put in the time to study who God is, to have a relationship, then you're gonna be fooled. You're gonna fall into a trap. You're going to fall into a bad doctrine. 2 Timothy 2:15 says this: "Do your best to present yourself to God as one approved, a worker who does not need to be ashamed, rightly handling the word of truth." And there's other scriptures that back this up. There's one later on that talks about how false teachers will come up, false prophets will come up. Things are going to happen that they sound good, but they may not be godly. And whether this is intentional or unintentional is not the question, because it does not matter if a person has good intentions. If you take what they say at face value and you have not studied it for yourself, then you are responsible for the fact that you believed a false doctrine. God will judge them and correct them if it's intentional or unintentional. Things will come to rightness because that is how God has created things. But you need to make sure that what you're taking in is correct. Dallas and I have said this before, that we don't want you to just trust us. We want you to work things out. We bring these devotionals every week, and we do our best to make sure that we are in alignment with scriptures, that what we are telling you is correct. But we are human, so we might unintentionally say something that's not right. Does that mean that we're bad people? No, we're humans. Does it mean that someone's a bad person if they're from a pulpit or on another YouTube channel and they're trying to say something and you're like, that doesn't sound quite right, but surely they know more than I do? Don't take that answer. We will talk with you about anything that we talk about in a devotion, gladly diving deeper into any of these subjects, because that means that you're growing. It means we're growing. This is how the body of Christ works. But you have to do the work. You have to put in the effort to know the small differences, to know the things that might be untrue, even if it sounds right. Okay, guys, that was your devotion for the week. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to check us out on all the socials. We are doing as much Addams Family content as we can. Dallas streamed some of the Addams Family game last week. I'm probably going to do the same Tuesday on our Tuesday Pray and Play over on Twitch. It's going to be good. I am loving watching all of these movies. I love the Addams Family. It's just a lot of fun. So it is now time for the question of the week. Question of the week is this. Throughout the movie, we see Fester truly coming into his own, finding his place where he fits in. Where's an area in your life where you feel like you truly fit in? I had an experience at GeekCon, as well as Dallas and I went to go watch The Princess Bride in theaters, and everybody was interacting and quoting the lines, and it felt like I belonged there because I can quote the lines, and it was nice to be around people who were like-minded. So have you found that? Have you found a community where you fit in? If you haven't, I would invite you to check out our Facebook group and our Discord. We have a great community there with people with a lot of different views. That wasn't the initial point of this question, but hey, we have done our best to build a loving and supportive community where people feel loved, because that's the whole point of this, to be loved, for you to know that you are loved. Okay, guys, well, that is it. Y'all stay devoted. Peace and love.